Are you about to represent yourself in court? Stop. Before you even think about stepping into the courtroom, watch this video because one wrong move could cost you everything. It could cost you the case, it could cost you the time, it could cost you even your money. So let's make sure that that doesn't happen, okay? Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Adako. I'm a first-class law graduate, the founder of ACN Legal Admin Services Limited, and also the author of A Late Bloomer's Law Degree Journey in the UK. You can find it on Amazon. I would also put the link in the description box. You know, over the duration of my studies, I have gained valuable experience in legal services as a case officer and also as a McKinsey friend at a legal advice center. A McKinsey friend is someone who supports you in court, helps you to, put all your documents together, because you're not able to afford a solicitor. So, and maybe you're not also able to afford you're not eligible for legal aid. So a McKinsey friend helps you to prepare your documents, accompany you to court, tell you all the court processes, and in court, we are there to offer you emotional support and take down notes during the proceedings. If this is your first time here, thank you for joining me on this journey. What I do here is just simplifying legal processes and empower individuals like you with the knowledge and tools to help you go through the legal system confidently. Right? So on this channel, I also offer, tips for mature students, and I also was a mature student, and even individuals who self-represent themselves, like I said earlier, and also because they're not able to afford representation, like a solicitor, for example. So I empower you to feel confident, when you're handling your legal challenges, as an immigrant or even as a UK citizen, I also offer administrative support for solicitors and anyone who finds value really in my content. So that what I want to do is that I want us to connect, I want us to create a space where we can discuss, about life issues and find actionable solutions together. So today, we're going to dive into the biggest legal mistakes self-represented litigants make, and more importantly, how you can avoid them. So grab your notebook because these tips could save you from complete disaster. I promise you. All right then, so we're going to dive into it. Why is this matter important? 70% of people who represent themselves in court, do not have the right knowledge, and they do that because they cannot afford a solicitor. So while I think it is brave, for you to do that, I don't want you to lose. You need to also ensure that, you know the rules of the legal game. So I'm here to level the playing field for you, so if you're going to represent yourself in court. So the courtroom is not a place for try and error. It's where precision matters, really. So let's start with mistake number one. So I would say mistake number one that people who represent themselves make is failing to prepare. My dears, in the UK, individuals who represent themselves in court without a solicitor or a barrister, they're called litigants in person. So if you see LIP it means litigants in person. So the term simply means anyone who is handling their own case, in a legal proceedings. So it could be civil matters, it could be family matters, it could even be criminal matters. So, and you walking into the court unprepared is not good. The court runs on paperwork, really. So if you're missing even one document, you might just better not show up, really, and judges hate it when you waste your time. Trust me, you don't want to be on the bad side of a judge. You do not want to. So I would say for me, one of the tips I will give is create a court binder. So let the binder have like tabs for evidence, your motions, and anything else that the court requires, really. Just put them in a binder and think of it as like your legal tool. Basically, no binder shows up, nobody will go to a court without that. It's just like you showing up, it's just like a farmer going to the farm and not going with their tools. What are you going to the farm to do? So you need to do that, prepare, because doing that will just, if you don't have that, you'll just be embarrassing yourself in court, really. And you don't want that, Number two mistake is talking too much in court. My dears, The courtroom isn't your therapy session. So what I would advise is stick to the facts and let the evidence do the talking for you. Every unnecessary word is an opportunity to dig yourself into a hole. Trust me, I know that, So I would say practice your key points beforehand. Keep it short, sweet, and relevant, really. I would also say a good rule of thumb would be, if it doesn't support your case, leave it out. Really, you know. If you're oversharing, the only thing you're winning is the judge side eye, really. And you don't want that for your case. So the mistake number 3 that I also think that people make, mistake number 3 is ignoring deadlines. Oh my goodness. Missing deadlines. Courts have very strict schedule. If you miss a deadline, your case could get thrown out before it even begins. There's too many cases, So deadlines are the law version of time is money. Just like how we say, my time is money. That's how it is. So here's what I would say you should do. Set up, multiple reminders on your phone, emails, and even sticky notes, on your fridge. Treat those deadlines, like a date with destiny. Because really that's what they are. So the mistake number 4 is failing to understand legal jargon. I know. Getting lost in legal jargon, like terms like motion to dismiss, can feel like a foreign language, really. So and in some ways they are, because if you're not a lawyer or you're not a law student, you wouldn't know. So and not understanding these terms could also mean misunderstanding your own case. So the tip I'll give for this is invest in a good use of free resources online to decode all these languages. Remember, Google is your friend. Google is your friend, but I would say Google is your friend only for definitions, not for legal advice. Beware. Legal jargon isn't meant to confuse you, it's just there. It's just, I would say it's a lawyer's secret handshake, basically, but I'm breaking the code for you today. So I'll go to mistake number 5, letting your emotions take over. No, you don't do that in court. If you let your emotions run the show, like when you might feel angry, frustrated, and even hurt, the thing is, unfortunately, the judge doesn't care, sadly, about your feelings. All the judge cares about is the facts. So I would say stay calm and professional. If you feel like you're about to lose it, take a deep breath, and focus on what really matters, which is winning your case, So, because in court, passion without precision is like firework without a fuse. So messing and going nowhere, no, you don't want your emotions to do that for you. So a quick recap, this is going to be a very short video. A quick recap of the mistake people who represent themselves in court do is: number 1, not preparing; number 2, talking too much; number 3, missing deadlines; number 4, getting lost in legal jargons; and number 5, letting your emotions take over you. Please avoid these pitfalls, and you'll be miles ahead of any other person who is also representing themselves. So now, my dears, if you found this video helpful, do me a favor, like, subscribe, and hit the notification button so that you don't miss out on the life-changing legal service support tips that I will be sharing. And hey, share with someone who might be going to court, and they'll thank you later, really. So thank you so much for watching, and remember, knowledge is power, especially in the courtroom and if you're representing yourself, because representing yourself is not an easy, and I give you kudos for wanting to do that by yourself. So I would say take into consideration all the 5 tips that I have given to avoid the mistakes, and you would see yourself, doing well in court. You'll be glad that you did. I see people when I go to act as a Mackenzie friend, with them in courts, and they're so happy that they've done it themselves, because there's one thing is not having the money to afford a solicitor. Another thing is, yes, you don't have the money to afford a solicitor, but if you can do it yourself, the knowledge that you would have gained, trying to prepare, the court. First of all, you need to know like the court forms, you learn about the court forms, you learn about, the court processes, you will learn about the possible outcomes, which is what the McKinsey friend, like someone like me, would do for you, and then you have someone who will be there to support you, take down notes for you, because I know that, when you're in court and you're trying to express yourself, you're not going to remember everything that the judge has said during the court proceedings. And that is why, you need a McKinsey friend if you cannot afford a solicitor or you're not eligible for legal aid as it is in the UK. So I hope you've enjoyed this channel. I'll see you on the next one. Bye.